Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again as we are in the second race of our double header night. This is the limited late models once again from Kokomo Speedway. We're going to take it. I am now going to ask you to please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rumbling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and we're quickly going to go into looking at the points for the limited late models. After 1 week, Robbie Milburn is up front. Andy Walker and Matt Mateer are tied for second. Fourth is Gavin Chatham. Tied for fifth are Lyle Robinson and Bobby Evertson. Tied for seventh is Mike Spittlemeister and Michael Lonis. Tied for ninth is Falcon Smith and Brian Gunderson. 11th, Martin Duran Jr. And 12th is Brody Brown. Those are your drivers for your point standings for your limited late model series, as it appears as though maybe they just finished up the drivers meeting. We have about 5 minutes left in practice. We're showing 8 drivers in the lobby so far. There is supposed to be another one coming, I believe. Robbie Milburn did post in Discord that he would be here. He's just had to reset some stuff on his computer, so hopefully he'll be in here in the next 5 minutes or so. In practice, Michael Lonis leads the way with a 12.594. Falcon Smith second with a 12.776. Matthew Mateers third with a 12.828. Mark Spittlemeister fourth with a 12.877. Andy Walker rounds out your top 5 with a 12.956. Bud Mullix, 6th with a 13.009. Chris Forsyth with a 13.025. And Brian Gunderson with a 13.059. Once again, we have every driver that has made a lap within half a second of each other again. And I would imagine Milburn, when he gets in here, if he puts up a practice lap, will be right along the same lines. He is very much a late model guy, so very much expecting him to be towards the top half of the field for sure. If we get him, when we get him in here, if we get him in here, that will give us 2 heats. As of right now, we are sitting at just 1 heat race. It is a full heat race, but just 1 heat as of right now. I am expecting car counts to be better next week as we get away from these quarter miles. These short tracks tend to scare a few drivers off every now and then, but nothing you can really do about that. We give all the tracks except for the Chili Bowl an equal shot at getting drawn. If you are new to Thunder Racing League, you will, the way we draw our schedules is literally just that. It is a random draw. I'm guessing they are doing the drivers meeting now as there is nobody on track. Again, we should be getting ready to advance here in about 2 minutes. I am keeping hands off of the race control, so definitely looking for, it'll definitely be up to the race control to figure out when they advance here. Nothing on track as of right now. Again, I do believe they are going through what is their drivers meeting. Now it appears as though they're done with the drivers meeting. Now we're just waiting on race control to decide when to advance. I'm not sure if they are waiting for Milburn or what they're doing here. Not really seeing much change in the way of... And there is the advance button. So hopefully Robbie will get in here. Oh, there he is, just in the nick of time, right before qualifying. Robbie Milburn does make it, so we will be running 2 heats tonight. Should be a 5 and a 4. 5 cars in heat 1, 4 cars in heat 2. Everybody advances directly to the A main. And we are qualifying. We're going to go on board with the 5 of Michael Lonis as he comes down into 3 and 4 to take the white flag. You see him running that low side. And he is quick time with a 12.803. Matt Mateer just 13 thousandths behind him. He did not improve on lap. Lonis did not improve on lap 2. Here we are looking at the 34 of Falcon Smith. White flag. First lap was a 13.343, puts him 4th quick. Lap number 2 now in the books. 13.006, quicker but still stays 4th. Here is the 9, taking the white flag, quick time, 12.666 for lap number 1 for Robbie Milburn. Milburn coming down, checkered flag on qualifying. Does not improve. That is a 13.073. And just caught the tail of the 11. 11 with a 13.078 on his second lap. That was his quick lap. That puts him 6th quick. Right now, they have finished in qualifying as the 03. Matt Mateer with a 12.816. Brian Gunderson with a 12.997. Falcon Smith with a 13.068. Andy Walker 6th with a 13.078. And then Bud Mullinex with a 13.538. Again, if you're watching and you have not already done so, hit that subscribe, hit the bell, share, comment. Let's get as many views on these Thunder Racing League races as we can. Viewership on broadcast does make for higher race car counts. That is something that I have noticed. We currently do not have any cars on track with about a minute left in practice. Neither one of our race controls have ran qualifying. I don't know if they're both going to sit this out and just collect the show up points, or if they're discussing who's going to run what, or if they're both deciding to just start from the back and see what they can do. See where they... Not sure what's going on there, but 7 cars qualified. 2 have not. And Forsyth. All right, Heat 1 lining up now. Inside the front row is the 9 of Robbie Milburn. To his outside is the 5 of Michael Lonis. Inside row number 2 is the 64 of Matthew Mateer. To his outside is the 80 of Brian Gunderson. Inside row number 3 is the 34 of Falcon Smith. To his outside, the 225 of Christopher Forsyth. And in rounding out the field is the 833 of Bud Mullenix. This battle right here between the 9 and the 5 is probably going to be a good battle to watch. We have 8 cars out there, so I'm guessing that the 051 did disqualify himself to let Forsyth run this race. And they're on the loud pedal. Contact already coming down the front stretch. They're side by side for second. Now they gap, that gaps a little bit. The battle right now, though, is for third. Matthew Mateer has the 80 of Brian Gunderson to his outside. Gunderson clears Mateer. Mateer looking to that high side. We heard him last race. He was going to look for that high side. They're 3 wide behind him. The 225 of Forsyth right there in that mix. Second place, Michael Lonis. Third, Matt Mateer. The 80 of Gunderson coming home fourth. I will go ahead and pull Mark up into the booth. Sorry, names are hard tonight. Pull Mark up here so he can hear the 3 wide call and let these drivers know when to burn the track off. What's that? All right, there's your 8 cars on track. Ladies and gentlemen, here they come out of turn number 4. They are 3 wide to tell each and every one of you thank you for the support and views. It's the 3 wide Thunder. Thank you. All right, go ahead and let them burn it off.
All right, guys, go ahead and burn it up.
All right, that was for you guys, the fans out there. So we're going to go ahead and let them burn it off for about 3 more minutes. I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic and let you enjoy the sounds of the race. All right, about 30 seconds left to go in practice. Or in this warm-up, you're starting to see two distinct lines form on that track. There is very much a distinct low line and high line, especially in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 looks like it's starting to slick off a little bit more than 1 and 2 is. Starting to get a little bit of slick in 1 and 2. That slick track, that black that you're seeing, that is slick. That black shiny stuff does get slick, and man, when that track gets slick like that, it puts on some good racing as these drivers move around and search for the grip. As that will end warm up. Your starting lineup for the A main will be the 9 of Robbie Milburn. To his outside, starting second, the 5 of Michael Lonis. Matt Mateer starting third. To his outside is the 80 of Brian Gunderson. Inside row number 4 is the 11 of Andy Walker. To his outside is the 225 of Chris Forsyth. Inside row number 4 is the 34 of Falcon Smith. And rounding out the field is the 833 of Bud Molinix. Pace car starts to roll. They get a couple laps to look at how the track is under caution. As Milburn and Lonis will bring them to the green flag next time by. Keeping the pace nice and slow. Everybody's nice and tightly bunched up. Going down the back straightaway, pace car is in. It is going to be on Milburn when he fires. He's just got to be in turn 4 before he does. And they're off. Looks like Milburn out to the lead. The 5 not letting him go. The battle right now is for this third spot. With the 64 of Matt Mateer working high. To his inside is the 80 of Brian Gunderson. Gunderson not letting him go away. A little further back, it looks like there's side-by-side racing between the 11 and 34. As they almost get it sorted out, they're the 225 and 833 are side-by-side. Up front, though, it is still single file all the way around. Up there banging the boards. These late models, you can go ahead and put that fender on there. It's not going to hurt too much. Michael Lonis starting to come under attack a little bit from the 64 of Matt Mateer. Mateer gets a little into the wall, a little too hard, loses a little bit of ground. As they're side by side now for this 5th spot. Looks like Gunderson's going to get that. Looks like right now the high side is the lane to be in. Come back up here for your battle for second. Lonis working a little bit lower than what Mateer is. Mateer again hard into the wall. Loses a lot of ground that time. Starting to really get slick in 1 and 2 on that high side. See who's going to be the first car to drop down out of line as we look through go through your field. 4th is Andy Walker. 5th now is the 225 of Christopher Forsyth. 6th is the 34 of Falcon Smith. Brian Gunderson. Now 7th. And rounding out the field is the 883. We go back up front to your leader, Robbie Milburn, completing Lap number 11 of 30. Lonus looks like he started to shake Mateer. Mateer's still a good gap. Looks like a lot of people have gapped it quite a bit. As we go high above the track, you can kind of see everybody's pretty well spaced out. Your leader, though, Robbie Milburn, getting ready to start dealing with some lap traffic as he's coming up to the 8:33 of Bud Mullenix. Bud running that high side. Now he comes low in 3 and 4. Gonna give the line to the leader. Still not wanting to back out of it though and lose ground to the cars in front of him. As Milburn now puts a lap car between himself and Michael Lonus. Not going to be much longer, and Milburn's going to have another car to deal with. The saving grace for Milburn right now is pretty much everybody's running single file. Other than these two right here, the 225 of Forsyth and the 34 of Falcon Smith. Falcon Smith trying to take that 5th place away from Forsyth. Forsyth not letting them have it though. Fighting hard on that high side. Just getting that right rear right above the slick. That slick's gonna move up higher and higher, making it harder to run that high side. See Forsyth get bitten midget earlier in turn 3. Milburn still out to a comfortable lead though, and caution is out. Trying to figure out, 34 comes down, just clips the tire. Gets a little bit too sideways for iRacing's liking. That's going to bunch everybody back up. And we should have a TRL style Delaware restart here. Milburn will be out front. Lonus will have lane choice. So there you can see that top side really slicking off. Bunch the field back together. Your running order: Milburn, Lonus, Mateer, your top 3. 4th is Walker. 5th is Forsyth. 6th is Smith. Those are your cars on the lead lap. 7th is Brian Gunderson. And 8th is Bud Mullenix, both 1 lap down. As we are 1 to green, iRacing's keeping them single file. Everybody's bunched back up. Milburn coming down. Now he's on the loud pedal. They're bumper to bumper through 1 and 2. Now side by side for the lead as the 5 of Lonus working the inside of Milburn. Can't quite get clear of him as he tries to get in 3 and 4 side by side down the front straightaway. Milburn out to just about a car length lead. About 2 down the back straightaway. It looks like Lonus is getting through 3 and 4 better as he's right there on the fuel cell coming out of down the front straightaway. Side by side this time down the back straightaway. Now into 3 and 4. Milburn has moved down the track. Kind of taking Lonus's line away a little bit. That's what's keeping Lonus, I think, from getting all the way around. But he can't move all the way down and completely take that line away because getting into the corner, Lonus is there. Now Milburn clears him. Does he come all the way down to the line that Lonus has been running? And he does not. Now Lonas goes to the high side to see if he can get a run from the top side on Milburn. He gets a good run into 3. Looks like he has to check up just a little bit to keep from knocking the wall down. Can't quite get anything done there. We'll go a little further back. There's a little bit of contact with the 80 of Gunderson. Looks like, oh! And the 225 loops it, stacks everybody up with 1 lap to go. Oh, no, that was at the end. I apologize. That was the race. Your top 3, Robbie Milburn bringing home the win. Second is Michael Lonas and Matt Mateer third. We will wait for them to jump in the waiting room, and then we will go ahead and start our interviews. Another good, clean race by these drivers. You absolutely love seeing them. Only 1 caution for that 30-lap race, and it was a close race pretty much everywhere you looked. Waiting on Milburn and Lonas now. And there's Milburn. Our winner is there, so we will go ahead and pull him up. You got a copy, Robbie?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Another win. I'm pretty sure you won last week. Can't remember if you... Yeah. So
yeah,
back-to-back wins on these short tracks. Walk us through your night, as Lonas seemed to be pressuring you pretty good the entire race. Got away for a little bit about mid-race, and then that caution came out there at the end and couldn't get back away from him. Walk us, what was that like for you?
let me get a drink of water here real quick.
All right.
Okay, well, first off, I thought I had to reset my router because I was having issues connecting to iRacing, and then I figured out I had this issue in the past. I had to reinstall the drivers to my GPU, and I didn't make it into the room until qualifying. So a little rough start to the night, but was able to set quick lap. And then as far as the racing goes, I've raced with Lonas a lot. I knew he was going to be tough. I think if we stayed green, I would have been all right on that long run because I had the high line working. I may have been able to go back high and get a run here and there, but I knew when this track gets worn out enough high, you can really make the bottom work, and I knew he was making the bottom work, so I figured I might as well just take his line, and I mean, if I'm in his line, he can't get by me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So, usually don't see in anything but these late models, so I'll just go ahead and ask, how do you feel about Eldora, and are we going to see in the super late model on Wednesday night at Eldora when we do the challenge series?
Yeah, I'm really a late model guy. I really prefer the pros and the supers, to be honest, but the limited's fun. For me, it's just finding what line the limited runs compared to the other 2 cars, and I'll be there. Well, I'll hopefully be here for this next week. And the only issue for me running on is, I think it's Wednesday, is I'm usually not able to get on the sim until 8 p.m. Eastern. So usually it's too late. I mean, it's too early for me to get on at that point. But I'm gonna try to run one of these days. Like I keep seeing you guys run, midgets, 58s, UMPs, everything. I'm like, golly, I just wish I could get on a little early and run with you guys.
Yeah, I do think we've been discussing for next season, if we do another season after this, we're needing some people to step up and really help Chris and Mark and Luke in the race control side of things. But if we can get some people to step up over on that side of stuff, and we do a season 3B, I think we may end up pushing Wednesday night a little bit later, because I feel like the early start time is hurting that series a little bit. So, but yeah, we definitely want. We were hoping for higher car counts in that one because it is a little bit of everything, and we get to see who's the best of the best, pretty much. So.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. Like, I mean, all the series look like a lot of fun. I'm not a big sprint guy, but I try to run with you guys when I can. But yeah, usually for me, it's just a case of it's things run a little earlier than 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 I can get on.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you said you're feeling pretty good about Eldora next week, yeah?
As far as Eldora, uh, I'm pretty decent there on the pros and supers. To be honest with you, I don't know that I've ever raced in the limiteds there, so I might have to do some research, talk to some people, find a line, and once I find the line, I can usually figure it out.
All right. Well, definitely congratulations on another win, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh, sponsors, shout outs. Anybody you want to thank? Got to get that
Oh,
out. Got to
yeah,
get
yeah,
them in
yeah.
there.
Yeah, of course, EPI, Elite Performance Industries, RaceEPI.com. Um, they don't make me advertise like some setup shops. However, I just like to give a shout out to them because they really turned my whole deal around with setup wise here. A lot of good people over there. Then my personal team, 166 Motorsports. Hopefully, we can get a couple of those guys in here next season. And yeah, other than that, I think that's really all. And of course, thanks to you for putting it on and you for broadcasting it. I really appreciate it.
All right. Greatly appreciate you showing up. Without the drivers, we wouldn't have a league to run. So, thank you for coming out and supporting us.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, before I go, I want to say shout out to Lonus for everything he's done for me in the past, and shout out to Lonus for giving me a heck of a run tonight. It was a lot of fun.
All right. Congratulations, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you a lot more this season.
Hopefully so.
All right. That was your winner, the 9 of Robbie Milburn. All right. And then coming home second was the 5 of Michael Lonis. You got a copy, Mike?
Yes, sir. How are you?
All right. Go ahead, walk us through your night. And was there anything you could have done to get around Robbie other than wrecking him?
Nope. They pretty much wreck them or finish second. So we had the line right there at the end. We had the win, and he shortened the track on us pretty good. And didn't let me carry the car out. And so it was either wreck him or finish second. And after last week, I don't want to be the guy that's wrecking guys and stuff. I don't mean that in any wrong way, but I don't need a I don't need to wreck anybody for a win. I'd rather he had the class covered there, um, 60, 70% of the race, and then we went single file there, and I had a shot. I don't know if you how much you followed me during the race. I threw it down there about 2 or 3 times to make sure it still had see how well it would grip, and I was just waiting for a caution. And my plan was to just dive bomber in there regardless, and we definitely got some traction, and we got it beside him there a few times. It's really hard to pass in these limiteds when the track's heavy. So, um, yeah, it was either wreck him or finish second. Me and Robbie's raced a really long time. There's a lot of respect between us, and he did what he had to do to win the race.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can tell that respect from Robbie's interview, too, and knowing how much he's raced you, he knew what he had to do to keep you behind him, too. Because,
Yep,
I
he
mean,
knows I ain't gonna wreck him. So,
yeah. And, he said that his line was up top, but he knew how quick you were on the bottom, so he had to take that line away from you.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I ain't no hard feelings. He did what he had to do to run the race. It was really smart of him. He could have just, I don't want to sound funny, but he could have just took it, right, keep running the top and watch me buzz by him. I knew he was getting in the wall a lot. And once you get in the rhythm in these tracks, especially these limiteds, everything's a little slowed down. Uh, Once you get in a groove, it's really hard to get out of it. But when that caution comes out, you hit that slick turn one, it's really hard to hit. And I think he got into the wall, and I knew it was going to happen. I mean, I was doing it, so I knew that that was my only chance, and I took my shot. And like I said, he did what he had to do to win the race. Good run by him.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. And good run by you as well.
Thank you.
Don't think I've seen you in anything else like the Challenge Series or anything like that. So how do you
Yeah,
feel?
I ran the challenge series
Oh,
last
you
week.
ran the challenge series. Are you going to be
Yep.
there again Wednesday night or in the
Yes, sir.
358s or?
Yep. I wanted
All
to
right.
make the 358s. I was at campgrounds all night last night, so I didn't get a chance to make it. Sunday evenings are kind of hard, and then we raced. I was committed to another league late, so I just didn't want to be late to it. It was one of my favorite tracks and my favorite car, so kind of wanted to hit that. But yeah, I'll be there for the 358s. I'm really looking forward to that Challenger series. Let all the sprint car guys know that I ran my first laps at Williams Grove in a 360 non-wing last night. It was very comical, but we should uh, we should at least be there. I'm not making any promises on how we finish, but yeah, I plan on running the challenge series. I think that's pretty cool, and a lot of people that know me know I'm pretty well limited to late models, so kind of break out of my shell a little bit, run some mods, run some sprints. I enjoy racing anything really, but legends, whatever. But yeah, looking forward to it.
All right. So the confidence isn't there for Wednesday night. How is it going into next week when we go to Eldora?
Oh, I'm confident for Wednesday. I like the 358 mods. I
Okay.
love those cars. It's the 360 non-wings that I'm scared.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah. Those are
scared for
still
my life.
you got a few weeks of practice there.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. And Williams Grove is absolutely my worst track. So
yeah, and that will
I
be a
probably
coolest sim racing setup in that car as well. So if you go to the SSR Discord and download
okay.
their non-wing setups, you can practice with the actual setup. And then
Awesome. Thank you for the
Brandon over
tip.
there
Yeah,
gives lots of good tips on how to drive those non-wing cars, and it's an
they're
excellent
wicked.
source. Even if you're not buying their setups, they're an
Awesome.
excellent source to learn. So,
Yeah, yeah. But they've been in the game a long time. But yeah, confidence is good for Wednesday night. Hopefully we run pretty good. And next Monday for Eldora. I'm not a big track kind of guy, but we've had some. I've won a World 100 there in a limited, and but we'll see. I mean, it's Robbie's fast, and I'm sure it'll be a good race.
all right. Any sponsors, shout outs, anybody you want to thank for getting you here tonight?
Sure. Like, High Point Firearms, RPM Performance Parts, BCR Sim Products, OVDTR, Chris Ferguson Motorsports, Majula C Speed Shop, iRacing Dirt Memes, Black Diamond Transport, Turn 2 Photography. Um, that's really about it. Mid Ohio Hydrographics, and I want to thank you for putting all this on. And it's a big undertaking when it comes to running all these nights, and I appreciate it. Give us a place to race, especially for guys that don't race sprint cars. So kind of gives me a chance to explore other leagues, and I appreciate that. I know what it takes to run a league, and it ain't easy. So
All right. Well, I appreciate the confidence, and I like I told Robbie, without you drivers, there wouldn't be a league. So, thank you for showing
uh,
up and supporting us.
all right, well, thanks for having me. Have a good night.
You too, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
All right, that was your second place finisher, Robbie Milburn. I did see Matt Mateer has left the waiting room. I'm guessing he had to go to work. So, um, we want to throw a big shout out to Matt Mateer and congratulate him on another good run. Now it's time for the league shout outs and thank yous and shout outs. First off, I want to thank Christopher Forsyth and Mike Spittlemeister for getting out there and doing the race control. Without them, drivers can get a little out of hand at times. But those guys do a good job at making sure everything is called fair and by the rule book. So thank you to those guys and the help that they're giving us. I want to thank School of Sim Racing. Like you heard me talk with Michael Lonis, or yeah, Michael there. He SSR provides all of our setups for that Wednesday night fix series. And again, guys, it is an excellent source if you're getting ready to get into iRacing, or you're into iRacing and can't figure out how to set up a car, or you're looking at getting into a new car and need to kind of learn how to drive it. Tommy Brandon over there, excellent source, excellent teacher for that. Stevenson Family Performance, they are a monetary league backer. Look them up on Facebook, Stevenson Family Performance. Giddings Mobile Repair, another financial backer of Thunder Racing League. They are your automotive repair area or people for the Tulsa and its surrounding area. Give Giddings Mobile Repair a call for all your auto, diesel, commercial vehicle, and trailer and farm equipment repairs. Diamond Designs, giving each champion a new paint scheme. That's a total of over $100 worth of paints that they're giving out to the league. I know you can, I'm pretty sure they have a Facebook as well. Veterans and Warriors One-Stop Shop. They are a nonprofit organization geared to help ending veteran suicide. One is too many. As we stand right now, we have 22 a day. 22 veterans a day that commit suicide. Ladies and gentlemen, please think about donating. To donate to Veterans and Warriors One-Stop Shop, look them up on Facebook, Veterans and Warriors One-Stop Shop, or in the league Discord if you are there. Look up Justin Jones. He will have the VWASP behind his name. Send him a message and ask him how to donate. You can ask him how to donate there as well. And last but not least, we would like to thank Sneed Game Farms for the $10 dedicated driver bonus. That bonus goes to the driver who starts the most events across all 5 series. So there's actually quite a bit of money up for grabs here, and thanks to them, it's another $10 up for grabs. With that, I want to thank you guys for watching.